Good afternoon, boys and girls. Yesterday, Mrs. Chanel talked to you about telling time to the hour. Today, we're going to talk about telling time to the half hour. We're going to talk about analog time, and we're going to talk about digital time. So analog time is when we use the clock hands. And when we have the clock, we always have our minute hand, which is the long one, it moves faster, and a short hand, that is our hour hand, and it moves slower. So the minute hand has to travel all the way around, because we have 60 minutes in 1 hour for the hour hand to move to the next hour. So today we're going to talk about moving these hands and doing half hour time. So that means we're just going to cut our clock in half. So when our minute hand moves halfway around, instead of being straight up on the 12, it's going to be down on the 6. And our minute hand will move just a little bit because now it's going to be halfway between 8 and 9. So we call this 8:30 or half past 8. So when I look at this, I have to look first, where's my hour hand at? It's between the 8 and 9. It's not quite at the 9 yet, so I have to go back to the smaller number. It's 8, and then how many minutes past 8 is it? So when I look at my clock, I can start here. And if you notice on your clocks on the outside, it's got 5-minute intervals. So each number marks 5 minutes. Each little line marks 1 minute. So mine, if I can count by 5s, I can just start here and I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So now I know it is 8, that's my hour, I always do it first, 30. It's 30 minutes past 8. So let's watch again. If my clock looks like this and I want to see 8:30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 8:30. This is what analog time looks like with the hands. If I'm going to write 8:30 digital, I'm going to write my hour here and my minutes here. So the hour was 8 and it's 30 minutes past 8. So it is 8:30. 8 is the hour, 30 is the minutes past the hour. So it is half past 8. You can see that I moved my minute hand exactly halfway around and I stopped. That means it is half past. Okay? So we're going to do a little bit of practice with that with analog time, and we're going to do a little bit of practice with that with digital time. So it says, trace the hour hand in red. So remember, the hour hand is the short one, okay? So I'm going to trace it with red. And then it says trace the minute hand with blue. Remember, the minute hand's the long one. It's the one that moves faster because I have 60 minutes in 1 hour. Use the clock to show the time. Write the time shown on the clock. So it is half past. When I look at this, remember I told you that hour hand is partway between the 10 and the 11. So I'm going to go back to the smaller number because it's not quite 11 yet. And it is half past 10. So on my clock, it would look like this. So here is my 10. Remember, it's not all the way over to the 11, so I have to go back. And then it is half past. So it is half past 10, or you could say it is 10:30. So if I write that in digital time, it would be the hour is 10, and it is 30 minutes past 10:30. So it says an analog clock can show time to the half hour. A half hour is 30 minutes. So you can see where they started here, and it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 4:30. So here's my hour, 4, because it's not quite on the 5 yet, and it is half past, so it is 30 minutes past. So it is half past 4, or it is 4:30. Tell what time is shown, and then we're going to write the time. So we're going to do that with all 4 of these clocks. So number 1, if I look at this, my hour hand again is between the 9 and the 10, so it is half past. I've used half of the clock because my minute hand is here. It is half past 9. Remember, I'm always going to go back to the smaller number because it's not quite the new hour yet. When I look at this one here, I see my hour hand, and sometimes if you have to extend it to tell, just extend it. It's between the 1 and the 2, so it is half past 1. If I extend this one out, it is between the 6 and the 7, so it is half past 6. Half past 6. And if I look at this one and I extend it out, it is between the 3 and the 4, so it is half past 3. Remember, when I use the hands, that's what it looks like in analog time. If I'm going to do digital time, that's when I just see the numbers. There are no, this is what you'll see on a phone or a kitchen stove or the microwave, or an alarm clock. These are all your digital times. So it says Tyler's football practice ends at half past 4. Use a clock to show the time. Write that time on the digital clock shown on the phone. So if I'm going to say half past 4, if I see it on my analog, my hour is 4, so there's my hour. If it's going to be half past, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Now it is half past 4, so it is 4:30. So when I write that here, remember, these are my minutes, so my hour is going to go in front. It is 4:30. A digital clock can also show time to the half hour. Both of the clocks show half past 6, or they show 6:30. This is your hour. These are your minutes. 6:30. So when I look at these clocks, it says write the time on the digital clock. So when I look at the first one, again, my hour hand is between the 1 and the 2, so I'm going to go back to my smaller number, 1, and I see that I have moved 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 1:30, or it is half past 1. I'm going to look at this one. It's between the 8 and the 9, so I'm going to say it's 8. I'm going to start here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 8:30, or half past 8. When I look at this one, it's between the 11 and the 12, so 11, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This clock shows 11:30, or half past 11. And the final clock, if I extend it out, it's between the 3 and the 4, so my hour is going to be 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It is 3:30, or half past 3. So your job is to do your practice pages and your homework telling time to the half hour, either with analog clocks or with digital time.